Donald Tusk's administration governed Poland from 2007 to 2015. During this time, he stopped negotiations on the American missile defense system, not opposed the construction of the Russian-German Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 gas pipelines, and finally liquidated over 600 units of the Polish army. That is why Law and Justice wanted to analyse the documentary record to check whether members of both Donald Tusk's governments had succumbed to Russian influence. The commission was established in September this year, and yesterday its members were dismissed by the Sejm. Before this happened, the Commission presented a short report on its work so far. Of course, from our point of view as authors, the report is not satisfactory because we were under time pressure and wanted to prepare it for today. The Commission recommended that Donald Tusk, Jacek Cichocki, Bogdan Klich, Tomasz Siemionak and Bartłomiej Sienkiewicz should not be entrusted with public positions responsible for state security. We had the impression that politicians responsible for state security were not interested in state security. This scope of their responsibility was not a priority for them. When you study the declassified fragments of their testimony, you will see this clearly. In the published report, we can read, among other things, Donald Tusk's hearing on cooperation between the Polish Military Counterintelligence Service, SKW, and the Russian Federal Security Service, the FSB. The report also shows a case in which the SKW deliberately falsified documents. However, this fragment itself is proof that the SKW provided false data in the state flight documents in order to transport the official resident of the FSB in Poland, Russian Vladimir Józwik, by a military plane to the military unit in Braniewo under a fictitious but Polish-sounding name, Włodzimierz Józwik. Yesterday, one of the main authors of the reset, General Piotr Pytel, argued that there was no cooperation with the Russian security services. There was no cooperation between the SKW and the FSB. We did not provide the Russians with any information. Law and justice lovers, will you show at least one note, letter, anything that would indicate the cooperation of SKW with the Russians? You won't show it. You are pathological, mean frauds. However, documents prove otherwise, which clearly show that this cooperation flourished under Donald Tusk. March 31st, 2011, I would like to emphasise my readiness to enter into talks regarding the initiation of closer cooperation between the Military Counterintelligence Service and the Federal Security Service of the Russian Federation. General Piotr Pytel himself participated in an alcohol-fueled party in Kadyń, during which Polish officers fraternised with Russians. The alcohol he drank during dinner with the Russians must have damaged his memory, because consent to such operation was given by Donald Tusk, but most of this cooperation was beyond such consent. Yesterday, the new parliamentary majority led by Donald Tusk dismissed members of the commission investigating Russian influence. Vladimir Putin and Donald Tusk. These are matters that need to be verified. This is what you are afraid of. This is what you are running away from. You want Poles to see the curtain drawn, not the actual events. Now politicians from the parliamentary majority are talking about the possibility of electing new committee members. Interestingly, even before the recent elections, they argued that this commission was illegal and unconstitutional. The dismissed commission members said that even with a different composition, the state body should continue its mission. Poland needs such a commission because of Russian influence, especially during Russia's preparations for territorial conquest. We really need to understand what is happening in Poland in terms of Russian political influence. The State Commission for Investigating Russian Influence on the Internal Security of the Republic of Poland in 2007 to 2022 operates on the basis of legal provisions adopted by the Sejm on the 14th of April 2023. Similar bodies were established in Western Europe.